Oh, the land of the free and the home of the brave. I'm a proud American from my birth to the grave. 47 is the top, took a bullet for all. Didn't flinch, didn't run, still they answer the call. And we say, hang tight, hang tight, hang tight. Officer Tatum show. Hang tight, hang tight, hang tight. Officer Tatum show. Oh, the land of the free and the home of the brave. I'm a proud American from my birth to the grave. 47 is the top, took a bullet for all. Didn't flinch, didn't run, still they answer the call. And we say, hang tight, hang tight, hang tight. Officer Tatum show. Hang tight, hang tight, hang tight. Officer Tatum show.
If you don't believe that we are in a fight today, you're sleeping under a rock. If you get hit and you lay down and you cry and you fold up in the corner, definitely you will not win the fight. We show up to win. Our culture needs a lot of you young people in here to step up and stand out. There is nothing or no principality, power, division, devil can stop us when we're united. They can only get you when you're divided. When I see the American flag, I see us progressing to something that can be awesome and great. And if you don't plan on winning then, you might as well go on today.
Ladies and gentlemen, ladies, welcome back to the Officer Tatum Show. Happy Monday. The news cycle don't get any less crazy on a Monday. It don't have time to wait for you. Also, I missed the story this weekend. I didn't miss it. I knew it happened. Nick told me it happened. We were going to make a video about it, but I was like, for the love of God, can I just spend the weekend with my family and not have to do content? Because for some reason, they just can't stop killing and stealing and thugging on the weekend, all right? And we got to talk about it. But let me first start with this Israeli-Iranian conflict. Somebody told me, and we'll play the video here in a second, but somebody told me that I was getting backlash, or they may mention that I was getting backlash for supporting Israel. I don't give a strong word about people disagreeing with me. You can have your opinion. I have my opinion. I think it's common sense to support Israel. I think it's common sense that Israel is doing the right thing when it comes to Iran, when it comes to Gaza. I think they've gone up and beyond to do the things that they've done. And the funny thing is that the difference between me having an opinion and others having an opinion is that it seems that others want to go down the path of conspiracy theories. It's not that I believe in Palestine, and I think that the Palestinian people should get the land back, even though they lost the war, even though they don't deserve the land back, even though they weren't even the first people there. It was never a Palestinian state. But regardless, they think they deserve to have the land back. If I was Palestinian, I'd think I'd want the land back, right? I want to live where I want to live in Palestine, the made-up area that they just made up one day. I want that. So I get it. I'm not mad at people for saying they're going to go to war with Israel. I'm not mad at them. That if I were them, maybe if I grew up Palestinian, maybe I'd feel that way. Then you have to feel the same way about Israelis and Jews. You should understand and have a cognitive sense to know that they have a reason why they do what they do. Now, these people have a reason. These people have a reason. Now, when these people decide to bomb these people and they retaliate, why are you mad? Why are you crying about it? Why are you saying there's injustice? Why are you saying that it's a genocide? The same people who think that Palestinians should get their land back are the same people that will refuse to give natives their land back. You ain't gonna start giving your land back right here. Oh, you're not? Okay, then why you expect them to do it? And we're not sending our troops in. Israel has this under control. Let me show you a video just to show you how Israel is a far superior military than Iran by far. And here's an example. They're on the news talking gibberish, and look what happened. Roll the clip.
صدای متجاوز به خاک وطن، صدای متجاوز به صدای حق و حقیقت است.
Is that
آنچه
right?
که ملاحظه کردید، صدایی که شنیدید، فضای غبارآلوده استودیو
I don't know if it's just me, but when I hear them say Allah Akbar or whatever, that's like nails on the chalkboard to me. I don't ever want to hear people saying that ever again. It bothers me so much that it's annoying. Maybe because when they do terrorist attacks and they blow stuff up, they start screaming that stuff. But at the end of the day, I'll keep it very short and sweet. This don't have to be that crazy. Israel is the good guy in this situation. Israel is the good guy in the Gaza-Israeli conflict. They're the good guys. And it bothers me when I see people going on this deep end to make it more serious and more crazy than it should be. When you kidnap people, they're going to come and retaliate against you. And if you want the retaliation to stop, then how about you release the people you kidnapped, including women and children, whom also have been murdered brutally by Hamas. Well, if you really want your people to stop dying and the strikes to stop going, how about you come from up under them tunnels and go out into the battlefield and take on the IDF man to man? Why don't you do that? Why don't you come from out them tunnels that you built up under schools and churches and all kind of other stuff, or religious facilities, they're not churches. Why don't you come from up under there and fight fair? Why are everyday citizens holding hostages? Why do we see videos of everyday citizens with shorts and pants on fighting against the IDF? I can go down the list with this, but please, I would say I'm not convincing, but I'm asking for the people that follow me, don't be silly. You don't have to agree with me on Israel, but just don't be silly about it. You don't have to agree with what Israel's doing. You don't have to think Israel is a government of integrity. I don't care. You don't have to believe that, but don't go down the path of jumping off the cliff and going down the conspiratory rabbit hole of saying that Israel owns America and Israel is proxy getting us in the war with Iran. And it's just, that's just not true, man. I listen to what the IDF says. I listen to what Netanyahu say, whether you respect him or not. And I see what Israel is doing and I see what they're not doing. I see what's happening to Gaza and I see what's not happening to Gaza. If you want to be informed, look at both sides. Listen to what they say when they show their little kids on the ground, up on the rocks, and then go listen to what the IDF is saying. When they claim they're not notifying people and they're stuck in these places and they're bombing places with people and women and children, intentionally killing people. Look at both sides and then make a conclusion. All right, let's get to this murderous thug that we didn't get a chance to cover because we wanted to have an actual weekend. This is a crazy situation to me. And the reason why I say it is because I don't know how a person that claims to be a Christian, that claims to be a Trump supporter, would do any of these things that we've seen. I do not understand how this is a real thing. Let me just explain it real quick before we get to the video. No one can claim this person is radicalized through Christianity. Christianity is the most pacifist religion that I know of. Christianity does not preach murdering people. Christianity does not preach hate. There's nowhere in the Bible where it's mentioned that you're supposed to hate your neighbor. Vengeance is mine, said the Lord. That means that the Lord will do what he got to do, not you. Jesus preached to no end to be of a non-violent nature. So you can't say his Christian faith caused him to do this, because it's not even preached in Christianity to do something like this. Then they go with the Trump supporter. They saying he's a Trump supporter. His roommate said he was a Trump supporter. He had a hit list with people on it. They were all Democrats who were pro-choice and all this other stuff. Donald Trump ain't never told nobody to do nothing like this. No other conservative want to go out and kill you because you disagree with them. It's not a conservative principle to do what he did. But yet, they want to use it to make it seem like there's radical white supremacists. And they will overlook all of the damage and destruction from the left. But all of a sudden, they want to make it about Trump. But let's go to the news clip real quick. We got a couple clips associated, and we'll go from there. They did catch the guy, and they found all kind of indicia of him premeditating this stuff. Roll the clip.
Let's get right to breaking news. The man accused of shooting 2 state lawmakers in Minnesota is now in custody, facing murder and attempted murder charges.
Police say they are confident that he acted alone, but why remains unclear. Overnight, authorities capturing Vance Bolter, the man accused of shooting 2 Minnesota lawmakers and their spouses, killing 2 and wounding 2 others.
Law enforcement involved in a complex and dangerous manhunt. Spent Father's Day away from their families to deliver justice for Melissa and Mark Hortman and their children who spent this Father's Day alone.
Authorities arresting the 57-year-old near his farm in the city of Green Isle, finding Bolter with the help of drones and helicopters, saying he was armed but was taken into custody without incident.
The suspect crawled to law enforcement teams and was placed under arrest at that point in time.
Court records show a child of 2 of the victims, State Senator John Hoffman and his wife Yvette, called police to report a shooting at their home around 2 a.m. Saturday. Police were then proactively dispatched to the home of former Minnesota House Speaker Melissa Hortman. That's where they encountered the masked suspect fleeing the scene after fatally shooting Hortman and her husband. The suspect forced to abandon this SUV resembling a patrol car.
If that had not happened, I have every confidence that this would have continued throughout the day.
So far, no motive has been released. His friend and roommate says Bolter recently faced financial struggles while trying to realize his dream of owning a private security company, and texted him Saturday that he had made some choices and might be dead soon.
Just not say crazy right-winger gone nuts and you know, that was all he is, you know. It just bothers me that's his legacy. But I knew him all my life. He wasn't that guy, you know.
Bolter spent time as a preacher, his roommate saying he became less cheerful after a missionary trip to Africa in 2023. Police now reviewing a list of potential targets they say the suspect left behind, including the names of many Democratic lawmakers and abortion rights advocates, along with addresses. Police also say they found at least 3 AK-47 rifles, along with a ballistic vest, a mask, and a police-style badge. A memorial outside the state capitol in Minneapolis now pays tribute to former House Speaker Melissa Hortman and her husband. As for the other 2 victims, shooting survivor Yvette Hoffman revealing she was shot 8 times and her husband 9 times. The violence underscoring a troubling trend. Threats to elected officials are on the rise. Nationally, 43% of state lawmakers reported facing threats during their most recent term in office and the preceding campaign.
The increase in threats against elected officials, something like 1,700 back in 2016, and now we're up to 9,000. This is a rampant problem.
House Republicans reportedly held an emergency call to discuss safety concerns. Democrats are expected to hold a similar call this week.
Well, let me tell you this. The ramp up in threats against politicians is not shocking to me, because these people are evil and they're devils and they're trying to destroy the country. However, I will say that there's a way to handle that, and that's to not elect these people. That is to run against these people. That's not to go kill them. And it's asinine to me that this man decided to, make this decision. I will say this, everybody got it in them. I just want people to understand that. You push a person too far, they all got it in them, but they don't make it right. And I hope that this guy get the full measure of the law. He should get the death penalty, if you ask me. If you go in because you disagree with somebody politically, and I don't care which side of the aisle you're on, and you go and kill somebody because you don't like the fact that they're pro-choice or at the end of the day, let me just put this in perspective. I am a pro-life advocate through and through. There is no reason for me to kill somebody over legislation because it doesn't really matter as much whether it's legal or not. What it matters is whether you get into the hearts and minds of people so they make a decision not to. Because just because it's illegal in this state don't mean they won't travel to that state to have an abortion. Just because it's legal in this state don't mean they won't do other things. Abortion can be sent through a pill in the mail. They're going to always find ways to do this anti-human behavior. So the goal is to get to the hearts and minds of people so they realize that is not their best option, is to kill a kid after they done hike them legs up and let little Tony in there. And now they want to kill the baby because they're not ready. Well, you should have knew you were ready back when you were with Tony, okay? Not ready ain't at the clinic. And I'll say that till I'm blue in the face. But just because the law is X don't mean the law can't change. Just because the law is X don't mean you have to participate in the law. I vote against pro-choice stuff because I think it's evil and it's detrimental to women's health. All of this abortion stuff don't help women in any way. To be honest, it helps everybody else. The abortion industry make money off of it. Men don't have to be responsible for their actions, and women are destroying their bodies and really destroying their morale and reputation. And this little career of you working for and putting money in another man's pocket, killing your baby to put money in that man's pocket, is crazy. But anyway, so it was very bizarre to see a guy do this, claiming to be a Christian and also claiming to be a Trump supporter. Let's get to some other clips that were here as well. Did we play the press conference? No, I want to play the roommate. This is a little bit of what the roommate had said when he was interviewed before the one you just saw. Roll the clip.
The roommate that I spoke with, David Carlson, he has known Vance for 40 plus years. He said that Bolter didn't express a lot of strong political views, but he did hold some strong opinions about abortion. Here's a little bit of our conversation.
He always had a fascination with military equipment, so do I, but I'm 100 miles away from killing people.
Apparently in his manifesto there was some stuff about Planned Parenthood.
He had a manifesto?
Yeah.
I didn't know about that.
Was there any beliefs about abortion? Or?
Yeah, he was a strong... But he hasn't talked about abortion for years. I mean, this goes back... During the 90s, he really hated abortion. But we hardly ever talked... I haven't talked really about abortion for him for years.
Now, Carlson was very emotional during our conversation. He said that he had no idea or indication that this was coming. I'm also told that receipts for items that were potentially used in this morning's attack were reportedly found in one of those vehicles. So again, the cleanup process is underway here at 4830 in the Camden neighborhood of North Minneapolis, and police are still searching for Vance. Reporting in Minneapolis, Mary McGuire, Fox 9.
So obviously that's an old clip. They found him. But it's very interesting. The roommate, as weird as he seemed pretty genuine. So, that's when he came out and said that the guy was a Trump supporter. We had that clip. We had that clip too, don't we? Let's play that clip. So when he came out and said he was a Trump supporter, at first I was like, oh, here they go. But then I felt like he sounded very genuine. But even he is saying it's bizarre. It kind of caught him off guard. They don't even talk about these political perspectives as much as they used to. You know, it's not like a thing on his mind. He didn't see this coming. Roll the clip.
Just a little bit. I know that you had some discussions. I just wanted to talk.
Well, everyone's calling him a Democrat. He's not a Democrat. He would be offended if people called him a Democrat. Because of this board thing he was on for Governor Walz, it wasn't to serve. He was just serving the community. But I can't believe a political issue would cause him to do such a thing.
Did he ever bring up the senator or the representative who were targeted?
Like I was saying, no, he never talked about them. I didn't know those people. I didn't recognize their names.
Any politicians he mentioned?
Well, he mentioned Nancy Pelosi. He didn't like Jim Walz.
Tim Walz?
Didn't like Jim Biden. But
Tim Walz? What would you say about him?
Well, I mean, nothing. It's just normal. Well, I don't like this that Tim Walz did this. I don't like it that he did that.
Did he mention the protests that were planned for yesterday?
He never mentioned the protests.
What do you make of everything that's happened here and the fact
Maybe
that
I mentioned it to him, but I don't think he mentioned anything about it.
What would you tell him?
I would tell him to surrender himself so he can be taken alive, because he's like my best friend, so I don't want him to be killed. I don't want him to kill anyone else, you know. So I think if I saw him, I could talk him down, but I don't know where he is.
And did he listen to any particular podcasts or TV shows or anything online that concerns you?
Well, you listen to InfoWars, but I kind of said, well, it's like 50% truth. And I kind of said, don't take everything what they say for granted. I wasn't a real truthful. I mean, they're on for some things, but some things are way off.
Did he talk much about Trump? And what did he say, if so?
I was a Trump supporter. Voted for Trump. If you like Trump, I like Trump. And,
So that's where people are getting it, that he's a Trump supporter, is that he voted for Trump, whatever, from his roommate saying that. It's just bizarre to me because Trump is not a violent person. He doesn't act violent. He doesn't perpetuate or preach violence. People on the Republican side never really is violent. We don't have a no kings protest, and we're not burning down and killing people and running over people in the middle of the street, setting buildings on fire and looting and stuff because we lost an election. I mean, they had the little dust up at the Capitol building, but that's the only demonstration that you can name in the entire country related to the election, which is supposed to have been the biggest thing that ever happened in the history of the country, the darkest moment of our country. One protest that lasted a couple hours didn't necessitate any use of force for them to walk out of the Capitol. They just left. No National Guard, no nothing. They just left. Not one police officer was assaulted inside of the Capitol building. No one was assaulted inside the Capitol building except for Ashley Babbitt, who was unjustifiably killed, in my opinion. What a major dust up. And then you go and look at what they're doing all across the country. They're demonstrating and blocking roads, damaging property, setting buildings on fire, looting stores, burning Waymos, assaulting police, throwing rocks at them, trying to kill Border Patrol agents. I mean, you name it. This is what they do. And they've been doing it in 2020. They do it every election cycle. They do it year round. And so it's very bizarre that a man like this would do this, claiming to be a Christian. Let's go to clip 4. I need some synergy. Let's go to the church clip. Let's see. We're still looking for it. Yeah, it's a little clip of him. Just play the clip real quick.
And I'm just as excited about Jesus.
Et je suis juste excité
right
de
here,
Jésus.
right now.
Jusqu'à présent, même maintenant.
And when I get excited,
Et quand je suis excité,
I want to dance.
je veux danser.
And what Jesus did for me.
C'est que Jésus a fait pour moi.
Jesus is God.
Jésus est Dieu.
Almighty God.
C'est le Dieu
He
puissant.
saved my life.
Il a sauvé ma vie.
I'm excited about God.
Je suis excité de Dieu.
And I want to worship Him.
Et c'est pourquoi je l'adore.
Because He's coming again. And
Jésus,
he's
il revient encore.
And He's got plans. He's
Il
got
a
plans
de plans
and purposes
et le dessein
for each one of you
pour chacun de vous ici.
and for me.
Et pour moi aussi.
I don't think his plan was for you to go kill nobody. But these things, when I watch a man act like this, when I watch a man do some of the things he did, volunteering in the community, you just wonder what made this man go get a mask and go and shoot up and had a list of 70 Democrat lawmakers, pro-choice advocates, abortion providers, Tina Smith, Ilhan Omar, Tim Walz, Keith Ellison. He had a manifesto, ammo, weapons in his vehicle. His wife was also detained separately for guns, cash, and a passport, or passports. Separate with guns, cash, and passports. What in the world is going on here? Now, some people say this is a false flag, that MK Ultra made him do it. I wouldn't be shocked. But I do think it's crazy that this man did this, and he should be held accountable. And I don't care which side of the aisle you're on. I don't care what your theology is. It's never the right thing for you to kill nobody over politics. It may be the right thing for you to hope and pray that they don't go to hell, but for you to go and kill somebody because you disagree with their politics is insanity. Let's go to Merkley, Senator Merkley, blaming Trump for this whole thing. Clip 2. Roll it.
There was a state representative, Democratic leader of the state legislature in Minnesota killed over the weekend, a state senator shot. How would you describe the current political atmosphere in this country this morning?
I feel like Trump has really popped the lid off the rhetoric and the sense of hate and violence and promoted this type of an environment. It's profoundly disturbing for all of us. We have seen increased threats across the country. You're probably familiar with the pizza threats. We've seen more of that where pizzas or other food is delivered to people's families that they haven't ordered. Just to say from the right wing, we know who you are, we know where you live. I can tell you all of our families feel a greatly heightened sense. And just let me just say, my heart goes out to the families in Minnesota. How horrific for the whole country, but particularly we're holding the folks in Minnesota in our hearts.
Yeah, no place in this country for political violence of any kind.
Now, I don't know how Trump don't sue his socks off. In his case, sue his thong off for just blatantly lying. What is Trump saying that is creating violence in this country? That the same thing Barack Obama said, that if you come over here illegally, we're gonna deport you. How does that create violence? Him saying that he want peace in the Middle East, he want Iran to come to a peace deal with Israel. That's creating violence. What has Donald Trump said specifically that has encouraged violence in America? There's not one thing. There's not one thing. And this is what bothers me. And I personally feel like that these people are creating violence. These people are saying that Trump is creating violence so their people can be violent against him and Trump supporters, making us all look bad when it's all made up BS. All right? Let's go to some of these protests real quick that happened, that still happening. Some of them happened in Phoenix. Nick told me that it was by the grace of God he didn't run nobody over. And I'm glad he didn't, because I'd have had to put up his bail money. And I really don't want to spend that money on his bail. But if he ran over one of these nut jobs, I probably would try to bail him out. All right, let's go to the CNN, MSNBC gaslighting us, saying that this is mostly peaceful 211 times. Let me just say this. The propaganda is dummies like this guy saying Trump is evil, and propaganda like this. Roll the clip.
Shows that a study from the Media Research Center shows that from June 11th to the 12th, CNN and MSNBC personalities insisted the anti-ICE demonstrations were peaceful 211 times.
Say it one more time.
211 times they were peaceful.
Meanwhile.
Yeah. Call you later.
Looks peaceful to me. Oh, these people are insane. 211 times they said that it was peaceful. As they harass ICE agents, block federal operations, vandalize, and shield illegal aliens from law enforcement. That's peaceful. And they didn't just do it regularly, they did it with force. This is a co-opted mainstream media that's hell-bent on getting everybody confused and getting you to believe something that occurred that didn't actually happen. And it's a shame, y'all, because is this country a violent, evil country? Not necessarily. It can be, but I don't think that it should be. I don't think that it should be. Uh-oh. We got one more story that I'm gonna talk about, and I got to go get my son. He's not feeling well. Now, this story is going to make you mad. It's going to make you mad. And this is why, this is the thing that creates animus with people coming into our country. You come here to assimilate, no matter what culture you come from, no matter what color skin you have. But when you do stuff like this, this is when you are on the wrong side of it. Roll the clip.
Thanks. It's okay. We are going to do the song in English today, so I'm not sure if that wasn't or if that wasn't relayed.
Which one? That's up.
Oh my gosh, she's doing when people are nice. When people are just genuine humans and we're crying. Oh, okay. That's
it. How is this an accomplishment, and how is this supposed to be something good? You sing the American national anthem in Spanish. Are you trying to let illegal aliens know how great this country is? What is this? What are you doing? This is the thing, y'all. I just don't understand the audacity or the stupidity from these people. If you're going to sing the national anthem, sing the national anthem in English in which it was written. The national anthem was not written in Spanish. Therefore, I guarantee you every Spanish word don't translate directly, every English word don't translate directly into Spanish during the national anthem. Now, I don't speak Spanish. I don't know what she said. She could have said something totally different than what the meaning was for the national anthem. But dumb, ungrateful, evil, stupid, entitled nut jobs think that that's honorable to sing the national anthem in Spanish after being told not to do it. Therefore, nobody can understand what you're saying. Go and do that in Mexico. Go do that in another country and see if your head still is attached to your body. And I ain't going to feel sorry for you. I'm going to laugh while your head rolling down the street. Go somewhere else and play games. Only in America are you fortunate enough to play games and still be able to live. I can't stand these people. But vengeance is mine, said the Lord. I hope that the Lord get every single one of these individuals in some way, form, or fashion who are being deceptive and evil in this country. All right, I think I'm done. I got to get out of here. I'll be back, y'all. I got to get my son. He's not feeling well. My wife have to go get a facial. So, any super chats? Okay. All right. I love you guys. I appreciate you. God bless you. God bless America. Sorry for the short show. But we'll be back tomorrow. I'm out.
Oh, the land of the free and the home of the brave.